You may have heard this saying before: never defend yourself. It might sound absurd or even silly, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. This saying is actually one of the most powerful strategies from The Prince, a book that has intrigued people for centuries. More specifically, we're talking about Chapter 18, where Machiavelli shares his golden advice on how to flip the power instantly in any situation. Chapter 18 of The Prince is all about appearing to be a virtue in order to get what you want. But why would you ever want to defend yourself? You might think it's always better to do the right thing, to stand up for justice, fairness, and equality. But Machiavelli turns that around and suggests that defending yourself can sometimes do more harm than good. So what's the secret behind never defending yourself? And how does it relate to winning people over? Well, let me break it down for you and show you how you can use this ancient wisdom to get ahead today. But before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos that will help you become more powerful. And if you really like this video, give us a like and share it with your friends. Ready? Let's dive in. In Part 1, we will discuss how defending yourself limits your power. In Part 2, we will explore how not defending yourself can actually increase your power. Part 1. How defending yourself limits your power. Imagine you are in a conflict with someone who is more powerful than you. If you try to defend yourself against this person, you are likely to lose. The more powerful person will easily overpower you and defeat you because they have more resources and influence. By trying to defend yourself, you are essentially challenging the status quo and putting yourself in a vulnerable position. When you resist authority, it can backfire and limit your ability to achieve your goals. For example, let's say you work in a company and you feel that you are being treated unfairly. Maybe your boss is giving you more work than your colleagues, or maybe they are not giving you enough credit for your hard work. You may feel tempted to defend yourself and stand up for your rights. However, if you do so, you could end up limiting your power within the company. Why? Because by going against your boss, you are challenging the established hierarchy. Even if you have a good reason to complain, it is important to remember that your boss has more power than you do. They can easily fire you or give you a bad performance review, which could affect your career progression. Therefore, instead of defending yourself, it is often better to remain silent and accept the situation. By doing so, you are preserving your power and keeping your options open. You may not get the immediate satisfaction of standing up for yourself, but you are also avoiding the potential consequences of rocking the boat. Remember, your goal should be to maximize your power, not limit it. And sometimes defending yourself can be a fast track to losing that power. Part 2. How not defending yourself can increase your power. So now you're probably wondering, okay, so you're telling me not to defend myself, but what should I do instead? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Now that you understand how defending yourself can sometimes backfire, let's shift our focus to how not defending yourself can actually boost your power. One way to increase your power is by staying out of other people's conflicts. This might sound counterintuitive, but let me explain. Let's say two people are arguing and you are not involved in their dispute. If you try to defend one person against the other, you are entering into a conflict that is not yours. As a result, you might end up limiting your power. Instead, if you stay neutral and do not take sides, you are preserving your power and keeping your options open. By remaining uninvolved, you are not burning any bridges and you are showing everyone that you are willing to maintain peace. This neutrality can give you leverage in the future. If the two people who are arguing need your help, they will be more likely to ask for your support if you have not taken sides in the past. Staying out of other people's conflicts can be a great way to increase your power because it allows you to maintain relationships with everyone involved. For example, let's imagine you are a student at a university and two of your classmates are constantly arguing. You find the conflict draining and stressful, but instead of trying to mediate the situation and bring them together, you decide to stay out of it. On the surface, it might seem like you are simply avoiding the problem. However, by remaining neutral, you are actually increasing your power. Why? Because you are not taking sides and you are maintaining good relationships with both students. If they need your help in the future, they will be more likely to ask for your assistance because you have not shown bias towards one side or the other. Remember, the goal is to maximize your power, and sometimes that means knowing when not to defend yourself. Staying out of conflicts can be a great way to keep your options open and maintain flexibility in your relationships. Another way to increase your power by not defending yourself is to turn the other cheek. This approach can be especially effective when dealing with people who are more powerful than you. By refusing to defend yourself against their attacks, you can disarm them and catch them off guard. Instead of responding with anger or frustration, you are choosing to take the high road and ignore the provocation. This can be a powerful way to increase your power because it shows that you are not afraid of the other person. You are not going to retaliate or escalate the conflict. By turning the other cheek, you are diffusing the situation and demonstrating your confidence in your own power. For example, let's imagine that your boss is constantly criticizing your work. Instead of defending yourself and arguing back, you choose to ignore the criticism and continue doing your job well. This may seem like a passive approach, but it is actually a strategic move to increase your power. By not defending yourself, you are showing your boss that you are not going to be intimidated or defeated. You are confident in your abilities, and you know that your work speaks for itself. This can lead to a shift in power dynamics, because your boss will see that you are not going to be controlled or manipulated through criticism. Instead, you are focused on your goals and you are willing to persevere through any obstacles. Remember, the ultimate goal is to maximize your power. And sometimes that means not defending yourself. Turning the other cheek can be a powerful way to disarm your attackers and increase your own power in the situation. Okay, so now you know 2 ways in which not defending yourself can actually help you increase your power. But here's the question: how can you apply these lessons to your own life? The first step is to identify situations in which you feel compelled to defend yourself. It can be difficult to recognize these moments in real time, but with practice, you will become more aware of your own instincts to defend yourself. Once you have identified these situations, ask yourself whether defending yourself will actually help you achieve your goals, or whether it could potentially backfire and limit your power. In some cases, it may be clear that defending yourself is the right course of action, but in many situations, you will find that there are benefits to not defending yourself. The next step is to put theory into practice and start testing out different approaches in your own life. Try not defending yourself in situations where you normally would, and see how it affects your relationships and outcomes. You may be surprised at the results and discover new ways to increase your power in your personal and professional life. Now here's the deal. Not defending yourself doesn't mean being a doormat. It's not about putting up with mistreatment or injustice. It's about being strategic and understanding when it's in your best interest to stay out of a conflict or turn the other cheek. By mastering this skill, you will be able to navigate complex social situations with ease and come out on top every time. And if you want to learn more about how to become powerful, check out this video where I reveal another secret from the Prince that can change your life forever. See you there.